Kia ora tonight on City News. Te Arawa tennis legend Rotorua Morrison was inducted into the Te Arawa Awards Hall of Fame. Locals were treated to the cuisine of Palestine at a special fundraising dinner on Saturday night, and Rotorua Intermediate School recognises their student success at the recent Ames Games. Te Arawa celebrated iwi's success on Friday at the Te Arawa Awards. The awards recognise youth excellence, iwi awards and sports awards. Te Arawa tennis legend Rotorua Morrison was also inducted into the Hall of Fame. Over 100 people attended the awards, which were held at the Distinction Hotel. Locals were treated to the cuisine of Palestine at a special fundraising dinner on Saturday night. Local Palestinian Nabai Mansour and partner Kate Frey organised the dinner called A Gift for the Children of Gaza.
Well, we watch the news like other people. We saw the children in Gaza, they are starving, no food. As we try to do small things to be support and to help them, that's all.
And I think also when we saw that the hospitals were being bombed and you see the little children, you see the mothers, and I think every mother, and hopefully a lot of fathers can identify with that feeling of trying to protect your children and having injured children and not having the medicine or the ability to do anything. I think for a mother, it's the worst fear in your life.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So we thought, let's do something.
Funds raised will go to the international organisation Medical Aid for the Children of Gaza. And locals were out at the weekend enjoying the inaugural Rotorua Tulip Festival. Over 40,000 tulips have been planted across the city, prompting the creation of the Tulip Festival. Festival goers also had a touch of the Netherlands on offer at Saturday's Dutch and Turkish market. Organiser Sabine Williamson is quoted as saying everyone had a blooming time.
So we thought this year, let's celebrate them. Let's celebrate what we have. Let's celebrate the beauty of our town. Let's just celebrate. They're really only on their beauty between, let's say, 3 to 6 days maximum. And it is short, but wow, and it's beautiful.
In sport tonight, students at Rotorua Intermediate have been recognised for their sporting success at the recent Ames Games with a special school assembly last week. The Ames Games are the country's biggest intermediate school-age sporting event. This year, a record 129 schools took part from New Zealand, Australia and the Pacific. Rotorua Intermediate won medals in swimming, basketball and rugby league, with young tennis player Nick Beamish the only Rotorua athlete to secure a gold medal. School sports coordinator Kim Graham says the success of the students at the Ames Games is down to a lot of hard work.
I know that they put in huge hours in the pool, on the golf course, tennis court, all that sort of stuff. Our rugby league boys have been working tirelessly for probably 2 terms, as have basketball. So yes, it's a huge commitment by the students. They have to give up a lot of their time to be able to participate at this level.
So why is it important for our intermediate here at Rotorua to take part in these games?
I think we're trying to prove to our students that they can compete anywhere, and we talk about that they're going to grow into a global world and global opportunities, and this is just the first step along that way to think that that they can compete across New Zealand, and then if that's a possibility, what else could their life look like?
To your weather update now. Tonight, mainly fine with fresh southeasterlies and an overnight low of 8. Tomorrow, Tuesday, fine, fresh southeasterlies, a high of 16 and a low of 8. And looking out to Wednesday, fine with southerlies dying away, a high of 16 and a low of 4. In the marine weather forecast for tomorrow, southeast 15 knots gusting to 25 knots with waves about half a metre, and there'll be fine spells. Remember, for program listings or to watch City News again, visit our website tvrotorua.co.nz, and you can see updates on our TV Rotorua Facebook page. Coming up on City News, we find out about a new program aimed at helping the language skills of at-risk children, Animates is helping fundraise to train new mobility dogs. We talk with store manager Kevin Nichols, and we hear about the Little Theatre's new production, Out of Order, from director Jenny Hodge.
City News is at the Rotorua Public Library. We're going to talk with the Rotorua Language and Numeracy Program Coordinator, Annette Stock. Annette, can you please let us know what the statistics are like when it comes to the children aged under 5 about oral language, reading, writing, and what is it that they're lacking?
Well, basically they're lacking the oral language competency, which is developed by the time they're 5, basically.
And what develops that oral language competency?
Language coming in, so it's feeding in from what the child hears, how they process it, and then how they use it to express themselves.
And if they lack that ability, what does that then lead on with in regards to their future? What are their future prospects?
Well, I think that it's easiest summed up by saying it's like an Achilles heel. If they don't develop that by the time they're 5, then they go into more formal learning. So we're looking at this being the early part, and then we're looking at teaching being a more formal process. So if you come in with this not fully developed, then the teaching process is going to be significantly difficult.
Who are the first teachers for our children?
Definitely parents. A child develops their oral language by what they hear around their parents, first and foremost. And I mean, that comes right through into preschool and then into the primary and then into the secondary. And I guess it all starts again when those children have children of their own, because that's where the pattern about how you talk to children is set.
And so is that where TKT comes into, Te Wā Kōrero Ngā Tamariki?
Yes, it is. What we're doing with that program is we're picking up students who are 5 years old who have come in with that oral language competency not as developed as we would like it to begin their formal learning. So we have these tutors coming in from Rotorua, and they are working one-on-one with these children so that they've got an opportunity to have some talking time around storybooks, general talking, and around playing games.
So if they miss out on that in their younger years, what are they likely to be doing as adults?
Well, I think if you look at youth, they could become youth offenders. The new researchers and the current research is showing that a high percentage of youth offenders have oral language competency difficulties going way back to their early childhood. It also has ramifications for the workplace because there are high expectations around literacy and numeracy and communication in the workplace.
How long has the program been going for, and have we seen any changes in the students that have been taking part in TKT?
Yes, we have seen a lot of changes. We've had children that have come in and have been very cautious about talking to an adult. And then suddenly they feel welcome, they feel loved, and they feel very confident with the person that's working with their tutor. And then they start to relate at a much deeper level to that person, which then means that person has a better relationship overall with them.
And from the perspective of the adult that's working one-on-one with the children, what's the feedback there?
Well, they've loved it. They really have. It's been very gratifying for them to be trained and then come in and work with these students.
And so with the success of this program, what do you envision the reading for under 5 or over would look like, both oral language and written language and numeracy in the future?
Well, I hope if we pick these students up at 5 that we can really take them to much higher places. And we support the teachers with their acquisition of reading as well. And I think that really I'd like to see more done in the early childhood area, because if we have that point at 5 where a student's language has developed, then if we're not doing that, we really need to be going back into that early zone. So I'd like to see a lot put around teaching parents how to talk with their children at that very early age, because I think that would really stem a lot of the problems that teachers face when children get to school.
So that's making sure you're talking with your children constantly, then reading, having early childhood education that helps to get your foundation and your knowledge before you get to school.
Yes, and another important aspect which we've got in the program is about playing games. There's an awful lot of social communication that takes place. You know, whether you're a good loser Can you handle loss? How do you communicate? Do you cheat? Do you know how to move around a game? So if you've got various people playing, whose turn is it? Are you tracking? Are you focused on the game? Not looking away and having to be redirected back. So these are some of the things that the tutors are trained to look for and develop in the program.
So being that playing games is a form of coaching, it's about developing strategies to communicate with others and social development, then that'll help those individuals when they're a lot older interacting with employees,
Yes.
would you say?
Absolutely. Because communication is about turn taking. It's about having eye contact with the person that you're speaking with. It's about being able to listen to the conversation and understand what they're saying. And so games offer an awfully big area for these to develop. And the tutors are monitoring those children when they're doing the program, which is cool.
And we're gonna wrap it up, but what is something that you would like everyone to know? What's really important?
I guess literacy is a community responsibility. We all have to take some part in that responsibility, right through from parents, grandparents, teachers. Everyone in the community has to have some responsibility to how our tamariki develop.
And not just the teachers.
No.
Well, thank you so very much, Annette.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Hello and welcome back, especially if you are a pet lover. You are particularly welcome, and you're always welcome here at Animates. They are just on Lake Road and they are fundraising for a very important cause, mobility dogs. Now, if you know anything about mobility dogs, you'll know that they are a lifeline for their owners. And I'm about to talk now with Kevin, the manager here at Animates, and he's going to tell me about their fundraising efforts. Kia ora, Kevin.
Hiya, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. We've just enjoyed meeting some of the little pets you have here, a nice little cat.
Yes, Milo.
And some little rats, which are separated by quite a distance.
Yes, so we had some rats come in, that would have been yesterday. I think we had about 10 rats come in. Mainly, I think, male and a couple of female rats. Very popular.
And I hear you've got some little babies in there too.
Yes, yes.
Great.
We can only take them from a certain age. But yeah, one of our breeders, who's a regular breeder for us, brings them in. And as I said, rats are very popular, despite the rap they get. They're actually real sociable animals and make a fantastic pet.
I actually learned quite a bit about rats this morning. Very interesting stuff. And now we're going to learn about what it takes to train a mobility dog. And it's quite a bit of money, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
45,000.
about 45,000. When you look at it at face value, you think training a dog, you know, there's not much involved, or the expense shouldn't be as high as what it actually costs to train a mobility dog. But 45,000 is what it costs just to put one through training, up to 2 years it can take. And as a company, we're hoping to raise 50,000. To help put one of those puppies through training for somebody that needs one. Yeah.
And that they are so clever, and it's not just, you know, training to stop at the edge of the road or training to pull them back if there's danger.
No.
They're very techno savvy these days.
Yeah, as you say, it's gone beyond the stopping at the roadside, being able to avoid obstacles. They're able to switch lights on, fetch the washing. Can even pay for transactions at a point of sale. So yeah, these dogs are probably going to become more intelligent than us humans, I would say.
Well, $45,000 bionic dog. There must be something very special about them.
That's right.
But no doubt, so valued by the people that they are looking after.
Oh, without question. I mean, the way you look at it is, you know, for some people, they have difficulty being able to do day-to-day things that you and I can do. So to be able to give somebody a chance to make their life easier and to be able to fundraise for such a worthy cause and be able to train a dog to be able to give to somebody who is in real need to make, as I say, their lives easier, it's fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
So how can people get involved and donate?
Many ways, obviously here in store. The way people can donate in store, we've got donation boxes up at the counter. For people who have loose change and want to donate that way. Also, they're able to round up their purchase. So, for example, someone spends $13.50, round it up to $15, or whatever they wish to donate. And there's also set amounts that you can donate if you want to, so $3, $5 and $10. People have been very generous in donating, and I think it's key that you get across the importance of why we're fundraising, not just what we're fundraising for. And once you explain that to the customers that come through, they're more than happy to put their hand in their pocket regardless of the amount, because at the end of the day, every little helps and will get us to the target we want to.
Well, it's changing one person's life completely,
Totally.
and that beautiful independence and the feeling of confidence that comes with that,
Yeah.
it's just going to revolutionise someone's life. So why wouldn't you want to help?
Exactly, and I think a reflection for everybody is how easy and maybe how we take it for granted that we're able to do a lot of things where other people are unfortunate and aren't able to. So and that's the whole purpose behind this fundraising program that we have.
So will you get to meet this little pooch, or will you, like when you sponsor a child, you get a little picture and...
I'm sure we'll get to see pictures, if not the actual puppy itself. Nikki Merchant Ludlow, who's in our support office, passionate to the core about this campaign and cause. As she is with anything in regards to fundraising for particular things to help people out.
What kind of dog do you think it's going to be? Normally you see the Labrador.
You do. I mean, I don't know the answer to that one, but I would assume it would probably be a lab, because they've already got a skill base based in the Foundation for the Blind,
Yes.
and they tend to be dogs easier to train to do the certain things you need them to do. So yeah.
Wonderful. And so this initiative is going to run until when?
It runs until the 31st of October. At current, I know we're sitting as a company around the 20,000 mark. As I said, our target is 50,000, but the way we're going and the enthusiasm and the drive and the generosity of the customers, I can see us surpassing that by some amount. Ideally, it would be fantastic if we could put 2 puppies through training. That would smash our highest ambitions of what we actually set out to do in the first place.
Well, thank you so much, Kevin, for
Thank
your
you.
time and having a chat with us.
Pleasure, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. And if any of you out there would like to donate, you can also go to givealittle.co.nz and donate there, or come on in to Animates and give somebody a new lease of life with a beautiful trained little doggy. Kia ora.
Out of order. It doesn't refer to the vending machine, nor does it refer to the money machine. Here to tell us what out of order and what it's all about is Jenny Hodge, who's the play director.
Hi.
What is it about, Jenny?
Out of Order is about British politicians behaving badly. As you can see from the poster, what they're behaving badly or trying to behave badly with and to.
So give us a summary of the play.
This politician, Richard Willey, is trying to have an affair with the opposition leader's secretary, and it's not going very well. They get to the hotel room, open the curtains and discover a dead body, which complicates things considerably. And they spent the next hour and a half trying to get rid of the body. His parliamentary press secretary turns up. The parliamentary press secretary's mother's nurse turns up. The parliamentarian's wife turns up. The manager turns up. The Labour leader's private secretary husband turns up. So there's a lot of toing and froing. Very funny play, written by Ray Cooney, who's he specialises really in English farces, and I've directed several of them. And I thought, since this was an election year, politicians behaving badly was a good subject.
So is this about dirty politics?
Not quite. Not close, but not quite.
Now, have you had a run through of the play already?
We've been in rehearsal for several weeks. The set builders have been down there. The wardrobe ladies have been busy making costumes. We've got Warren Houston's going to come and paint our set. It's going to look absolutely sumptuous. Regal was the word used to describe it. Oh, we've also got the hotel manager in there trying to keep order with all these people coming and going. And our props ladies are busy getting together all the things that they require. for an upmarket hotel, because our hotel managers told me he has very high standards.
Now, what's the vibe with all the actors?
Oh, they love it. They're having the time of their lives. We have a lot of laughs, work very, very hard, but it is a lot of fun. And we're always looking for new people to get involved, and we have got 2 new people involved this time on the stage, and 2 or 3 others backstage, because the actors can't do the plays on their own. There must be a big team around them. 10 people in the cast and at least as many others backstage and lighting, etc. Big crew.
So what kind of extras are you looking for?
We need the sort of trolley that you would use in a hotel for room service. It needs to have, we need the silver covers that go over the food. We want some really nice table napkins, a nice quality ice bucket to put a bottle of champagne in, and that's really all the thing we're having the most trouble with at the moment anyway.
And who's your favourite actor? Who's your favourite character?
My favourite character, I couldn't possibly tell you who my favourite actor was. That would cause a riot. But I think it's a toss-up between Richard Willey, the main character, and the parliamentary press secretary and the nurse. She's a wonderful. It's only a small part, but it's a really good character part. And I've got Robin Ann Rumney, who was in Bonking James Bond and won Best Actress in Wellington just recently.
So just walk through the door is Alison Young, who is also a director and a part of the play. What character are you playing?
I played Jane.
And what's exciting about Jane?
She keeps most of her clothes on, which is great. Not all of them.
Have you played a character like this before?
Yes, I have.
What's her main role?
She is having, or is about to have, an affair with one of the politicians from the opposition party.
Oh, goodness me. Does she belong to the other party, does she?
Yes, she's one of the secretaries there.
So for all the local community members who are interested in coming to this play once it's on screen, or on stage, sorry, when, where and how?
Okay, the box office opens on the 3rd of October at the theatre, at Shambles, which is beside Pack and Save. The box office is open from 11 till 2, Monday to Saturday. We have had quite a few advance bookings, so if you're interested in going, I'd get down to the box office fairly early if I were you. There are 2 matinees, one on the 11th and one on the 19th, I believe it is. Yes, Saturday the 11th and Sunday the 19th. And it runs from the 9th of October to the 24th of October, which is the Friday of Labour weekend. So we'll all need a rest after that.
And for those who can volunteer or help out or any extras, how can they contact you?
My phone number here is 347. My phone number at home is 3476275, and that's the best place to get me, really.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was Out of Order director Jenny Hodge speaking with Melanie Groves. To watch the show again, visit our website tv.rotorua.co.nz. Thanks for joining us tonight. Paul Maria.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.